Hello Nugent, and welcome to another Team Talk special, the second one for this week. The first, Steph encouraged us towards what ended up being a fantastic equip moment. And if you weren't there, you really did miss out. It was an amazing time together. And so part of it was us filling in these little things. This is our mission statement and just a commitment to saying, God, what are you asking of me to do in this time? And writing that down. We're going to be praying into those in the coming weeks. So just a quick one. That moment we heard some spectacular failures of people stepping out and it bombing, and it was great to see, and we all had a good laugh. And we also saw some exciting prospects of guys stepping out and trusting for God to use to work in them and use these spaces. And so an example of that was Paolo and myself. We together have a shared passion for football or soccer, and we wanted to start a little soccer group that have a kickabout on a Sunday, and we had our first one last week Sunday, and it was great. It was a wonderful time. It wasn't big. There was a lot of Christians, but there were also some who did not know Jesus there, and it was a wonderful time. And we're trusting that that moment becomes more and more space where we get to relationally connect with other guys, and where we get where we can leverage that relationship to point them towards Jesus, because we know that that's what's best for them. And this isn't an overnight thing. Some of these relationships may only materialize to that point in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and that's okay. For now, we're having a kickabout with the guys, and it is amazing. And we want to encourage you, and I want to encourage you, if you are sitting there wondering, what could you do? That God's given you something. God's put passions and desires in your hearts. And He's given you neighbors and colleagues and friends so that you may be salty in their lives. If you weren't there on Tuesday, I just want to have a shout out and an encouragement to you to say, won't you take a step of faith and commit to something? That commitment might look like messaging someone, starting a WhatsApp group. That's where it started with Paul and I, pulling a WhatsApp group together that materialized into a soccer game. Do something of what you feel God is putting on your heart, so that you may go be salt and light into your community and with your friends and colleagues. So a second part of the reason as to why we started this soccer group is because we are about to enter into the Soccer World Cup. Very exciting. It's a significant cultural moment that comes around every 4 years from mid-November to mid-December. And as Nugent, we want to leverage this for the gospel. And so some of you might remember we had a soccer tournament a few years ago, which was a roaring success. And we are again going to have a soccer tournament here at the refinery on the 10th of December. I want you to diarize that date. More details are to follow, but it's going to be an amazing time. It is going to be the day of the quarterfinals. It is going to be before school breaks up. So it's the weekend before school breaks up. So before everyone goes on holidays. We're also going to be screening the quarterfinals afterwards. It is going to be a fun, incredible day here at the refinery. But this, let me be clear on this, this is not for you new Jenners to come and have a fancy soiree and a little time together, a little Christian bubble. This is not what it's for. Yes, maybe that's a small part of it, but the main reason why we are investing in this and doing it and spending time and energy on it is so that we can leverage this cultural moment for the sake of the gospel, and so that we can invite friends who do not know Jesus, who are unchurched, to come and rub shoulders and build relational connections with those who do love Jesus and are churched. And soccer is just a smoke screen. The soccer tournament is going to be fun, but the soccer tournament is actually not the point. The point is the relational connections and the rubbing shoulders with the unchurched that we get to engage with at the soccer tournament. It's going to be an amazing time. I want to encourage you towards that. For those of you who don't care too much about watching or playing soccer, that's fine, I understand. I want to encourage you to ask God, what is it that He might be asking you to start or do, or who you might need to connect with, so that you can be salty in their lives and just show them kindness, love, and compassion like Jesus would. Have a fantastic weekend, and use this weekend for His name's sake. We'll see you on Sunday.